Hi everybody, it's Patti, Rockstar Mom. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for sticking with me the last week or so that I've been missing in action. We'll talk about that. But today I want to talk to you about 5 of my favorite things right now. And they're actually, I don't think any of them are truly makeup related, but I think you're going to find them interesting. And I'm going to show you this cute caftan that I'm wearing. Whether you're a caftan person or not, you may want this one. So let's get right into it. Well, first of all, one of my very favorite things, and I referred to this in the opening, something that all of us appreciate, I know, especially if we're YouTube viewers, which I think all of us are, and that is, are you ready for it? The internet. And for me, Apple support. A couple of weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago, I noticed that my internet all of a sudden was getting super slow. And in fact, it was because I was trying to upload a video. And it did upload, but it just took a lot longer than it usually does. And I was a little bit concerned about it, but I just didn't think a whole lot about it because, you know, I thought, well, maybe a lot of people are uploading to YouTube right now. I know that from time to time, YouTube has issues with that. Well, the next week when I got ready to upload my video, it absolutely would not upload. Not at all. Now, there was nothing wrong with receiving the Wi-Fi signals, the internet signals. We could watch anything, we could download anything that we wanted to watch on our TV or our phones or iPad, but I could not upload. I immediately called our internet provider and they were super nice. They ran all kinds of tests from their end to see if we were getting the bandwidth or whatever it's called that we needed, and we were. I mean, it was within that acceptable range. So I ruled out internet right off the bat. I thought, well, maybe something's wrong with my computer. So I called Apple, and one of the things I love about Apple is that when you purchase your computer, if you buy the little service plan that they have, then they're available to you basically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And my computer now is probably a couple of years old, but I can still call them. And I called, and every single person that I've ever talked to with Apple has been very willing and eager and anxious to help me. And so I explained what was going on, and you know, we just looked together. We looked at everything we could imagine, and it just, nothing seemed to help. And if you've ever been in this situation before, whether you have used the Apple products or Windows based, you understand, you know how frustrating it is. This person couldn't help, so she referred me to a senior supervisor with Apple, and I talked to a senior supervisor. And the senior supervisor did everything you could imagine. She even took over my computer to try to check different things and do different things and try different things. And, you know, we did everything you can imagine to see if it was on the computer end, if the problem had anything to do with my computer. I was concerned that maybe my computer wasn't sending the signal to my modem, my internet modem. We had already talked about the fact that I had talked to the internet provider already, and they had checked everything coming into my modem. So they really felt like it was my computer. This went on for 2 days, talking to different people, trying different things. After the folks at Apple had determined that there was absolutely nothing wrong with my computer that would cause this, I resorted to calling the internet provider back. And we're a few days into this at that point. They ran the test again. They found that we were not getting the same readings that we got the first time on my modem. So they sent someone out. Took 2 days to get someone out here. To make a long story short, it was my modem, and everything is working great. I had even contacted YouTube, and they checked everything to see if maybe there was an issue somewhere with YouTube, and they couldn't find anything either. Anyway, it was the modem. That's all it was all along. But you know what? As frustrating as it was, it gave me such a nice little break to sit back, relax, and to do just a few little things around the house that I wanted to do, a few projects, which are going to be some of my top favorite things. Have you been eyeing these beautiful ginger jar vases behind me? I tell you what, I am in love. We had these little alcoves here, and I really didn't know what to do with them. I had just stuck vases up there with some flowers that I already had. They didn't match. Every time I looked at them, I went, oh, I don't like that. But I just couldn't decide what I wanted to do. And then all of a sudden, one of my sweet, sweet, sweet YouTube's creator sisters sent me an email, and she said, you've moved into your new house, you just had a birthday. She said, I have something for you. And she said, it's already done, so you can't tell me no, but it's a gift certificate, and I would like for you to get something for your home. And she asked that she remain anonymous. So sure enough, the gift certificate was sent from the online company. And when I had a little time, I sat down and I started looking to see what I thought I would like. And I came across these ginger jar vases. That's what I call them. Let me tell you what they're actually called. And by the way, if you like them and want to check them out, I will list them below. They're called 13-inch Chinese scroll design handled vases. Not really ginger jar, but when I see them, it sort of reminds me of a ginger jar. So what I did is I saw them and I looked at them and I thought, I think those would look good here if I put some flowers in them. They were only 13 inches high, so I needed more height. Well, I actually ordered 2, and I spent the rest of the money to get 2 exactly alike. I have been playing around with them. What you'll see in them are some just dried flowers that I had. And even with those dried flowers in them, I just still didn't have as much height as I wanted. So I put a couple of books under each one. And this is what I came up with. And I absolutely love it. I think this house was just designed originally for those vases. I love them. I love them, love them, love them. For sure, they're one of my favorites. And my YouTube friend, thank you, thank you. And let me just say this right now. I do not want any of you to send me gifts or gift certificates. Please don't. Please don't. I appreciate more than you'll ever know the thought behind it. But I would rather, here's the deal, I would rather you take that money and donate it. Just donate it to a cause that's near and dear to your heart. That is what would make me happy. Number 2 is my entryway. This entryway is big. It takes up a lot of room in this house, and it's a beautiful entryway. But I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, and it was just empty. Couldn't hang anything. It was just empty. So I started looking for tables, and I thought originally I wanted an old table, an antique, or something that I could redo, paint, and I started going to antique places. I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, and I just couldn't find anything that I really wanted. So Jim and I decided we would just hit all the main furniture stores here, that we would just get something brand new. And we went to all the name brands that you see in probably every city. And guess what? If they had anything that we halfway liked, it was going to be 3 or 4 months before we could get it. They were having to order it. They wouldn't sell what was on the floor. So that was over. Then one day, I was in Home Goods, and as soon as I walked in the door, I noticed that they were putting out tables. They were putting out consoles. They were putting out buffets. They were putting out entry tables, and they had a bunch of them they were putting out, and it was all brand new. And I thought, I'm going to find something here. I just knew I was going to go there and look at all of those, and I would find exactly what I wanted. So I had my little cart, and here I go, and I looked at every single table. There must have been 20, and none of them, for one reason or another, just touched me. So I felt defeated again, and I went to the back of the store. Oh, I know what it was. There was a wall decor, metal wall thing that I thought I wanted for our bedroom that I'd sort of been eyeing every time I'd been in there and just hadn't bought it. And I thought, well, I'm going to buy that if it's still here. So I go back, and there were 3 or 4 tables that had been in the store for a while. And there was this one that was actually hidden behind another one. So I parked my cart and picked up that table that was in front of it and moved it out of the way. And oh my gosh, it was like the heavens just opened up and the angels sang. And it was my table. I'm looking at it right now. It's right there. And I knew I couldn't get it. $149. $149. Listen, I took out my little tape measure. I measured that thing. I measured the height. I measured the length. And it was perfect. It was exactly what I was looking for. And it was one of those times when you don't know what you're looking for really until you see it. So I knew it wouldn't fit in my car. And about that time, my phone rang, and it was Jim. He had been playing golf, and he had finished, but he was still at the golf course and wanted to know what I wanted to do about lunch. And I said, what I want to do is I want you to come to Home Goods right now. I have a table, and it won't go in my car. So he came on, and I had him look at the others first of all, and then I take him, and he was sort of like me, don't like any of them. And I said, well, come let me show you this. And I had put that other table back in front of it. I didn't want anybody else to see it. So I took him back to the back of the store and I moved that table, and it was almost like his face lit up. And I said, Jim, this is the table. This is it. And he said, I agree. He said, but we're going to need a dolly or something. And he said, I'm going to stay right here so nobody else can buy it, and you go find someone. So I head out, and when we came back, there was a lady there trying to talk Jim out of it. She wanted to buy it too, and it was the only one they had in the store. Didn't have any in the back. They weren't going to get it back in. So she took pictures of it so that she could go to some surrounding towns and see if she could find it. So we brought it home, and I played around with it for a couple of days, and this is what I came up with. And I would take things away and add things, and one day Jim was walking through and he said, you know, every time I look at that and what you've done with it, I like it even better. But I am absolutely loving the table. Right now I'm looking for a rug. As I said, that entry hall is huge. It is 7 feet wide, and it's 12 or 15 feet long. I measured it, I don't remember, but 12 or 15 feet long. So I'm looking for a rug for in there. And then I have a couple of more little small walls opposite the table where I need to put some things, but I'll get that done too. But at least the main part of the entryway is taken care of. Those of you who have been viewers of my channel for any length of time at all know that one of my passions is my jewelry. I have a very, very large collection of jewelry. I've been collecting jewelry, mainly costume jewelry, most of my life. And when I was working and out in the workforce, I wore a lot of it. But once I retired, my lifestyle changed so that I rarely wear it, but I have it, and I've continued to add to it. And one of the reasons that I never wore it, even now, other than my lifestyle, even for videos, I rarely go into any of that. I tend to wear the same things over and over, and it's because I don't have it where I can see it. And some of you have even asked me, you know, since you've moved into this new house, what are you doing with your jewelry? I got to thinking about it, and I decided that what I would like to have is a jewelry armoire. And I didn't want something that was a cabinet that was closed in. I mean, I might as well have it in a drawer somewhere, which is what I had before. And you don't see it when it's in a drawer. So what I did is I started looking for some type of curio cabinet that was lighted and had glass that I could put in our bedroom and display my jewelry in. Not so much to display it, but so that I could see it. And I could walk over to it and pick out things that I wanted to wear at any given time. Again, started going to antique stores, flea markets, couldn't find anything. Went on Facebook Marketplace. If y'all are looking for things and you're not looking on Facebook Marketplace, you should. So I found several curio cabinets, different sizes, different shapes, different prices. I wanted something that I could repaint with chalk paint and just redo myself. And I came across this curio cabinet. It's not huge, but it's not tiny. And the wall that I have it on in our bedroom is just perfect for it. So I sent the girl a text on Facebook Marketplace to see if it was still available, and it was, and it wasn't very far from where we live. And we sort of negotiated the price on it, and she told me that it was very sturdy, but someone had tried to refinish it and had just done a horrible, horrible job on it. But the glass shelves, the mirrors on the back of it were in perfect condition. It is very, very old, very old. But all of those things are in perfect condition, and the lighting still worked on it. It has a light up in the top, very top of it, and that works. So I bought it, brought it home, set it up in the garage, and decided on color and started work on it. And I tell you, it was a project. It was a project. Whoever had painted it had gotten paint on the glass, and so, I had to deal with that. Jim rewired, the cord on the back of it that was, hooked onto the light was in bad shape. So Jim rewired that for me. But I did everything on getting it ready to paint and then painting it. And then we moved it into the bedroom exactly where I wanted it. And I spent most of a day deciding on what jewelry pieces I wanted to display. Things that I hadn't worn in such a long time that I wanted to wear. These earrings, look at this, and the ring that goes with it, and the bracelet. Do y'all remember when I showed you these years ago? I hadn't worn them because I couldn't see them. I forgot about them. And I know that I'm going to be changing this out because I couldn't get everything in there. So I'm going to be changing this out, rotating it, so that I wear my jewelry. Now, when I sent my sister pictures of it, and I'm sure some of you are going to say the same thing, oh, Patty, you have to be really careful with that. If somebody breaks into your house, they're going to take that. They're going to take it. Well, you know what? As Jim would say, that's why you have insurance. I love everything that's in there. I love every piece that I have, or I wouldn't still have it. But it's not life or death. If something happens to it, it happens to it. I'll get over it. I might be sad for a day or two, and I might lick my wounds, and I'll even say, oh, I should have listened to my sister. I should have listened to my viewers. But you know what? If it happens, it happens. I'm going to enjoy looking at my jewelry. That's more important to me. Now, my really good jewelry, and I have a few pieces that it's the real thing, and that's put away. That's somewhere else in a lockbox. It's taken care of. This is, even though some of it is silver, it's costume jewelry. For the most part, it's costume jewelry. Some of it's expensive costume, but it's costume. So I am absolutely loving it. I've set some things on the top, and that's going to be a change. I'm sure I'll change that out too. And as I said, I will rotate. I'll rotate my jewelry that's in there so that I can wear. And it's been like this now for a little over a week, and I catch myself every day opening the door and picking out something to wear that day. Even if I'm just sitting around the house, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. One of my favorite things. The cute caftan is what I'm wearing. Some of y'all know that I've been wearing caftans mainly around the house for several years now, and I buy them at Ross. That's where I've gotten every single one of them. And I'm going to tell you, I have about 5 of them, and they are literally worn out. I wear them a lot. If I like to go in and sometimes take a shower or take a bath late in the afternoon and then put one on and just lounge around the house in it until I'm ready to go to bed. I've even slept in them. I can go outside to the mailbox in them. I can go out in the backyard. I'm totally covered, but they're starting to wear out. And I've been in Ross here and I haven't been able to find them. So I went on Amazon and looked and looked and looked for something that was different from those. And I found these. And they're, I believe, in the $20 range. They're a little bit more expensive than the ones at Ross, but I like them so much better. I like the fabric. This is 100% rayon, and it's a one size fits all. It's really too long for me, but I'll hem it. I have to tell you something so cute. I ordered this one, and when it came in, it was in an envelope, and Jim was making dinner, and I'd walked in from the mailbox, and I took the scissors and ripped it, cut the envelope open and pulled it out. And Jim, with it all folded up in the cellophane bag, Jim went, "I don't know what it is, but I love it. I love that color." And I pulled it out and I said, "Oh, it's another, it's another Caftan." I tell you what, I like this so much that I ordered a second one. It comes in a lot of different colors. I believe this one was, I don't think it was just blue, but I'll definitely link this below, and I'll link which color this is. I went ahead and ordered a second one, and it's called Hibiscus Pink, and it's as pretty as this one, but the picture made it look much paler. It's a different color than I was expecting. I'm not as pleased with the color of that one as I am this. It's the very same. It's made exactly the same. It has the same stitching on it, the same pattern, but I absolutely love this. I'm probably going to order 1 or 2 more, and they're just so comfortable, and so I think even if you're not an older woman, you would enjoy wearing this around the house, or as a beach cover-up, or on vacation, on a cruise ship. I think this would be great when we're able to cruise again and able to travel again once you get there. I just love it, love it, love it. I'm probably going to even go ahead and order another one in this very same color while I still can get it. Well, that's it. Those are some of my favorite things. But you know what my very favorite thing of all is? It's you. It's you. Every single one of you. I know that I always tell you, but it's because I mean it. It comes from my heart. You guys, for someone who is 78 years old, to be here on YouTube, to put ourselves out there, and for you to be so accepting, you just don't know what it means to me. I'm going to be honest with you. In fact, I told one of my creator friends, with all the issues I've had with the internet and what I thought was my computer and YouTube over this little last couple of weeks, the thought definitely crossed my mind that maybe this was the universe telling me that maybe it was time for me to give up my YouTube channel. Just give it up. But something inside said, "Don't do it, Patty. It's not time. It's not time." So thank you for being there for me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being kind. Being kind. Know that I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.